Buy my book! Buy my book! Buy my book!
Yo, internet, what's good? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to talk to everybody about the big news that happened on Sunday. In this case, it was the big thing that happened during Capcom Pro Cup Tour. And everybody kind of has been talking about it like... Well, now, at first, like, the big announcement, the lag that everybody was waiting on, it was at first, we had this countdown, like, that kind of happened last week. Or whatever, so we had to deal with this big countdown. What did it mean? What were they doing? Was it something for some new Resident Evil DLC? Was it something for a DLC for like another Capcom game? Are they bringing something else out? And apparently, it led all the way up to them talking about Capcom Fighting game collection. Okay, I'll put some footage of that. And honestly, basically, like, the thing of that is that it shows basically them talking about basically a bunch of their games, right? Where that basically like that they have Night Warriors and Vampire Savior, like they have that whole thing. They have Cyberbots, Red Earth. They even have the Pocket Fighters like coming back. They got all the art collections. I think they even have the full like Street Fighter 2 collection, like that whole collection, like the Street Fighter 2 Anniversary collection, the one like that had like every Street Fighter 2 in it and everything. Like they're like they put it all in there. So honestly, if you want any of these games to come back, right? Whereas that basically because they got the whole thing here. They got Darkstalkers, Night Warriors, Vampire Hunter 2, Vampire Savior 1 and 2, Street Fighter 2 the Anniversary collection, Red Earth, Gem Fighter, Puzzle Fighter, and also Cyberbots. They have their entire fighting game collection out, like, on that front. And I'm like, with that, you would kind of expect, like, everybody to be like, yeah, like, I'm all for this. Or better yet, because I know how, like, that a lot of people kind of always say, like, hey, man, we want another Darkstalkers, we want another one of those. Buy this, and then, like, you can get the option to do that. But then, on the flip side of that, they also had this. The Street Fighter 6 teaser trailer. And for as small as it is, it actually says a lot. Now, I'm gonna make some more videos about this because, you know, like, I kind of wanted things to kind of play out throughout the week and whatever, because you know, because like when you jump on these a little bit too early, you know, like you tend to just like get caught up in the hype and you don't really tend to like really think about, hey, what does this actually mean or what does this actually say? But when you really look at this though, right, when this first came on, you can see like that they're using the RA engine, like they're showing Ryu flexing in every single shot and whatnot, just to say, listen, like, we're going super detailed.
All right.
And of course, Lucas, of course.
Street Fighter 6.
Everything about that sounds really amazing. It looks amazing. I can't say plays, but it looks amazing. The presentation is amazing. But like, again, everybody else kind of like, this has been a mixed bag because everybody wants gameplay because they're like, hey, listen, we've been waiting for a week for this teaser, and of course, as they say in this trailer, we get more information in the summer of 2022. So they're still gonna do more. But I believe like that they're doing this a little bit better than what they did Street Fighter 5. Because Street Fighter 5, if I remember correctly, there was a teaser and then they had jumped straight into gameplay. And when that first came out, it really looked rough. To the point to where like that, I think that they also had like a little play demo with like Daigo versus somebody else. Like, it was the best Ryu player versus the best Chun-Li player, and at that point, like, that's when like that they had changed all of the animations and everything else was looking all different, and it felt weird. And you know, like, Chun-Li was somewhat broken because her like V skill, like, at that point in time could pop out 2 fireballs instead of 1. You know what I'm saying? So it was a crazy thing of like, yeah, like, this was like a spam happy game, so it was a problem at that time. And then they kind of fixed it right around the time like when like the Charlie trailer came out. So at least like that's when it started to really look better and everything. Now I think like what they're doing is that they're not trying to do the same thing like that they did with Street Fighter 5. So they're taking it a little bit slower. But again, when I do look at this though, it's like, yeah, like they're trying to make this super realistic. Well, not super realistic, but it's very much like how they're doing Devil May Cry 5 or how they was doing Resident Evil, where that, yeah, even though all this is in game, like to say like that, they're trying their hardest to try and make this come off a little bit more real and not so much cartoony, because again, Street Fighter style has always been like, these guys are built like Popeye, or better yet like that, they have tiny heads and very exaggerated bodies. Like it's been that way ever, like the art has been that way ever since the Alpha series. But now it's like, yeah, we're not trying to make them too beefy, or trying to make them more realistically beefy, you know, because you can see that, because you can see the whole thing here, like whenever you look at Luke's arm compared to what it was in Street Fighter 5, like when he does his V skill, his arms like actually grow, similar to how like Guile's do, like whenever he does his critical art. But then you look at his arm here, and it's not really growing. It's just you can see the veins in his arm. It's kind of heated, and then you see the veins, then it just waves it off. Now I can go in a little bit more about all this, but I'll save that for my next video. But yeah, basically Street Fighter 5, it looks amazing. I know the announcer sounds great, but some people, they want more gameplay. Some people are going after the logo, saying like that, yeah, like this logo is lazy, everything else. Now, if there's one thing that I will say, is that for the logo, because I'll end it on this, the logo, yeah, I won't call it lazy, but I will say that it's not like their usual design, because the usual design of Street Fighter logos, they all have the Roman numeral in it ever since 2. Like 2, 3, 4, 5, like they've all had the Roman numerals in it. This right here is just very different. But then again, you know, the guy who's like, I think the guy who produced Bayonetta, what's his name? Yusuke Hashimoto, like he's gonna be, or at least it's rumored he's gonna be a producer or a developer on this. So most likely, if he's a producer or a developer, or maybe both, he does have some form of control over like how they do certain things. So that could be something with this. But that is what I gotta say about that. I'll catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow. I'm out.